Hey, so we're going to be talking about another step in our goal setting for 2022. So far, we have talked about dreaming big. Like, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you take? What would you do? What would you go for? What would you dream? So, we've talked about dreaming big. We have talked about the power in your resources. What are your resources? Is there something you need to put into place? What do you already have in place that you are going to use? Who do you need to get in place? What things do you need to get ready? Like, if this all came together overnight, what would you need to work on? So we've talked about resources. We've talked about embracing learning, how exciting it is to learn, how much you are going to learn in this process, and be okay with that. You don't already know it, because if you already knew it, you'd probably have already earned it and achieved it, right? So embrace learning. We also talked about the power of potential energy. So use potential energy to your advantage, like loving the uphill climb because of what's going to happen on the downhill, and how you're going to create more momentum the more hill you climb. So today we're going to talk about your past, and that there's power in your past. So I want you to think about a victory, a past victory that you've had, something you've done that was hard. I don't really care what it was. I don't care how long ago it was, but you did something that was hard. You completed something that was hard for you. Maybe it was getting through school and you finished. Maybe it was moving to a new town and it was scary and you did it. Maybe it was childbirth, and maybe you're somebody that's was like, I did childbirth naturally, and that was a victory for you. Maybe it's losing weight. Maybe you had a plan to lose weight and you did it. Maybe you were in an abusive situation and you had to leave that relationship, and it might have been hard for a while, but you made it, right? You're on the other side of it. So I want you to think about that particular victory that you had, because there's a victory. You have done harder things than this. You have done harder things than this. And what sometimes sets me apart from other people who are doing amazing things is that I forget the power of my victories. I forget that I have done something harder than this thing that I'm working towards, that's maybe got me a little scared because I don't know if I can do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't even know if I put all this effort in, if it's even going to happen. Fear. Fear stops me sometimes. And it's, I forget the right word, but what fear stands for is false evidence appearing real. So what evidence is real is your past. We all have a win. We all have a victory. We all have something that we have done. Now, don't judge it against somebody else's level of something that was hard. I want you to think about something you did that was hard. Maybe it was just on your job. Maybe it's on your job even last week. Your victory could have happened yesterday. Maybe you made it through a toddler teething for the last week and you did it well. But I want you to think about that. And you're going to harness that particular thought process that got you through that. You're going to remember who you were, who you are, and what got you through that. And you're going to use that when it gets hard. And hard might just be starting. Sometimes when you've got a big goal and a big dream, just starting can feel hard. And when it can feel hard, you need to remember, I have done harder things than this. And I want you to say that. I have done harder things than this. Because how you respond to your goals, how I respond to my goals, says everything. It reveals everything about how you feel about yourself. So how I respond about my goals is how I reveals how I feel about myself. So do you feel like you're worth it? You're going to find out based on how you respond to this big dream that you've done, that you've put down on paper for 2022. So remember who you were when you did that thing that was hard, because you've done harder stuff than this. Remember how it felt on the other side when you look back and you go, I did that. And it might not have been pretty. And the victory might not be something that you're like, this is, something that I tell everybody about. It doesn't even have to be something you tell everybody about, but it's your victory. And you might have multiples. You might have to go back to last week. You might have to go back 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how long it's been since you've had a victory. Could just be yesterday. But what gets you closer to your goals and your dreams is remembering that you are victorious. You've already done harder stuff than this. So today, we're going to write down something that's a victory. I did this. I want you to write that down, and you're going to remember that because you're probably already starting to maybe get a little worried about how am I going to get through this really big goal that I've set. You don't want to be part of the 80% that by the end of next week has already walked away from their 2022 resolutions and goals. You don't want to be part of that. You want to be part of the 20% in a week from now that are still working towards their dreams and their goals. And you're going to use that history, that past, that victory. You're going to use that one. And that's what's going to carry you through. All right, the next time we get together, tomorrow, we're going to talk about grit and the beautiful thing that defines what grit is in you, because we've all got it. And we're going to talk about how to use grit in a great way to get you through to finish your goals and dreams for 2022. Okay, my motto, 2022, I'm coming for you. All right, see you tomorrow. Oh, comment, share with me if you feel like it. If it's not too personal and too private, share with me so that the rest of us can cheer you on. Share your victory. Share it with us here in the comments because I would love to cheer you on. And your victory may just encourage somebody else that might think they don't have one, because I know they do. I know you do. I know you do. You've done harder stuff than this. All right. Talk to you tomorrow. We're going to talk about grit tomorrow.